Ms. Vaught, you say your ex-boyfriend, Mr. Lindsey, abruptly ended your relationship due to paternity doubts. But today, you want to prove he is your daughter Shelby's dad.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lindsey, you say the plaintiff, Ms. Vaught, has committed paternity fraud. You claim she deceived you into believing that you fathered her daughter, but today plan to prove you are not her father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Additionally, you are countersuing for a lie detector test to determine the extent of Ms. Vaught's infidelities. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Vaught, well, the stakes are pretty high today.
Yes, they are, Your Honor.
Explain.
I wouldn't place a baby on someone that I didn't know, like didn't believe was her father. You get what I'm saying? I have 2 previous kids before him, and my children both have the same father. And if I felt in my heart that he wasn't the father, or if it was a second guess of him being the father, I would have told him from the door.
What was the nature of your relationship?
We were good. Like, he was my best friend at the beginning. Our relationship started going south because he felt like she wasn't his due to something hearsay.
What happened, Mr. Lindsey? She says you all were good friends. Were you in a relationship? Were you just dating, or were you committed?
No, we was good friends. We was in a relationship. Everything was going good. Today, I feel like she too friendly. She too friendly to me, man. She too friendly.
Too friendly?
Too friendly.
Everybody, her cousin,
Your
her
Honor,
brother.
he has a
it's
nerve.
Like that.
Oh, too friendly with different guys.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay. How long were you all seeing each other?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Sleeping together without protection?
Yes, we were.
For
All
2.5
the
years?
All the time.
We was on and off for 2.5 years. She not telling the truth. We was on and off
No,
for
he
2.5
went away
years.
for 6 months of the 2.5 years.
And we still was on and off, Your Honor. When we first met, everything was going good. We was doing good. Then little stuff started popping up with her.
What popped up?
Her talking to people. Some stuff popped up in her.
She can't have a conversation, Mr. Lindsey?
She can have a
Your Honor,
conversation.
he talks.
But how many conversations you gonna have with Mel?
So I want to know specifically, what was it about these conversations that troubled you?
All right, we're gonna start off with this one. Somebody was in her, I don't know what they call it, her little Instagram. I guess they were supposed to be knocking on the window. How somebody knocking on your window when you supposed to be talking to me?
So wait a minute now. You said somebody that was on her Instagram was knocking on her window.
That's what the message said.
Oh, what did it say?
It said, I'm gonna be at knock on the right window. She was telling the person knock on the right window.
And
this is the address to her house.
Oh, so she was giving somebody her address and telling them to knock on the window.
Yeah, basically
and you
sound
saw
like a booty
this.
calling me.
that right there, that has nothing, honestly, to do with it, because we weren't even really talking in that nature at that time. So for him to throw that up, because we really began being serious in about March of 2014. So he's talking about something when he was away in New Haven. That's what he's talking about, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Lindsey, besides her on Instagram and you see her telling somebody to knock on the window, what else?
She told me the baby wasn't mine. So what I'm supposed to do?
And that's, Your Honor, I said that out of anger, because for him to say, because he would say to me, Your Honor, oh, I don't feel that's my baby. I don't feel that's my baby. Why would you say that when I'm loyal to you? And I have been 110% with you. I don't lie to this man about nothing. And if I felt Shelby was not his, I would have told him. Honestly.
And Ms. Vaught, I have to tell you, like I tell every other young woman in this courtroom, once you ring the bell, you can't unring it.
And I understand
Once
that.
you say that, it's a statement that even if you take back, they can't forget it. It automatically creates doubt.
Okay, Your Honor, so if he says that's not his daughter, for me to continuously
kick
him out of my house, is that an issue? Because I'm not going to have you sit around here.
If the dates don't add up, how is my daughter?
The dates add up. I know the day I got pregnant because it was New Year's Eve,
Mr. Lindsey, what are you saying? The dates don't add up.
The dates don't add up. If the baby was conceived in September, that would mean December, February, we would have had to be together. We wasn't together on them days.
And
what is that, Mr. Lindsey?
This is a calendar right here.
Ron, will you hand that to me, please?
To show you that the dates don't add up. It don't make sense to me.
Your Honor, please.
You have a calendar here, sir?
Yes, he went over and above.
Show me what it is.
I never seen him play with a tablet for the sake of my life. But now he got a tablet all of a sudden.
You see where it say December and January? I was away. We live in different towns. I wasn't even in the same town.
You were away and when?
February, she talked about she pregnant. How
He
that
was
add up?
away in
Add
December.
the months.
If
I'm
December-
not.
So you're
I'm not that
saying
good at math. I'm not
if
a
you
math
count
proficient,
back
but
9 months,
I know better.
your contention is that she conceived somewhere in the December-ish area,
And New Year's Eve is December.
and you were away with your family out of town for 2 months.
Exactly.
And you didn't get back to town, and you all didn't get back together till February. So you feel
Exactly.
like the conception doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up.
I know my body. I know when I was pregnant. I'm not gonna lie to this man. At the end of the day, we were together New Year's Eve of 2014, bringing it in. I just got out of work, bought some alcohol, and I came home and we had passionate love making. So I don't
With
see
who?
how.
With
What you
who?
mean with who? Your Honor.
You assert that you all were together
Yes,
New Year's
Your-
Eve.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so that would have been December 31st. That would have been within the window of time.
Exactly.
And so, Mr. Lindsey, you're saying that's incorrect, that you were not with her?
I was not there. I don't know if she got me confused with somebody.
And you see,
but I
that's
was not
disrespectful
there.
right there. Because if we were
All
together
right.
2.5 years, how could you open your mouth and say something like that?
And that hurts your
And
feelings.
it does, because I love this man, and he know I love him. So for him to act like that to me right now, if you felt like that, you could have walked and did your business. You're not chained to be with me. So my thing is, if you felt like that, you should have let that be expressed. Don't sit around wasting my time, wasting my love and energy on you.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I'm a daddy's girl at heart. So why would I want my daughter not to know her father? And my thing is, I'm gonna be a woman about it. If I was cheating on you and I thought she wasn't your baby, listen, Mr.
But
Lindsey.
you ain't told me you
Mr.
cheated
Lindsey.
on me. You ain't told me. I don't know.
No, I
girls
said-
go through hormones and stuff when they pregnant.
Pregnancy,
and stuff.
pregnancy.
I don't know if she just be saying it just to be saying.
And I said I cheated on you?
You
And when I was
told me,
pregnant?
man, I'm gonna go cheat on you.
Oh,
today.
because he cheats on me, Your Honor. Let's be real.
Look.
When you go tit for tat,
And he goes worse. than
you
tit for
end
tat.
up in a
He's not telling
situation
his
where
tit
you
for
Your
don't
Honor.
trust one another. So all of this mistrust, it just fuels the doubt.
tat. It does.
It's just growing and growing, because he's sitting there, he's dead serious. He's just like, I don't know if it's my child.
And if he didn't know, Your Honor, my thing is, why you stay around so long? Like, why build a relationship with me, making it seem like, oh, we're just gonna be this happy family? Like, I have.
But I never agreed to that.
You never
Well,
agreed.
I
Like,
agreed
it's
to
so
that.
crazy,
Listen,
Your Honor,
Your
that
Honor.
Mr. Lindsey here, now he never agreed
Yeah,
to
Your
nothing.
Honor.
So I'm sitting here lying in front of you
Your Honor,
just to
if
make
the kid
myself
is
look
mine-
good.
Well,
Honor.
let's
kid,
talk
Mom.
about the lying. Let's talk about the lying, because Mr. Lindsey requested in his countersuit a lie detector test, because he's convinced that you were lying about other infidelities.
And Your Honor, he's doing that from hearsay.
We have
honestly.
administered that test, and I have the results. Ron, may I have the envelope? Thank you. Ms. Vaught, you met with a licensed polygraph examiner.
Yes.
Before I read these lie detector results, what do you believe we will find out?
The truth?
The truth.
That's all it is. That's what the point of the test was for, to tell the truth.
Ms. Vaught, you were asked, did you have sexual contact with the man who sent you an Instagram message about which window to knock on? You said no. The lie detector determined you were being deceptive.
What does that mean? That I
mean
was
you was
lying?
You were
lying.
not telling the truth.
I was lying?
That's what that means. Deceptive.
Okay,
You was
Your
lying.
Honor.
Ms. Vaught, you were asked, did you have sexual contact with the man who sent you messages calling you sexy and boo? You said no. The lie detector determined you were being deceptive. So
Your
you
Honor, I know I
failed
ain't
both
lying.
questions of the lie detector test,
That's
Ms.
a
Vaught.
lie, Your Honor. I know I didn't cheat on this man, because I feel like this, Your Honor. I give Shelby nothing but respect and everything in every way. I don't treat this man no type of way. He feels like that because of
I got
something
the
somebody
results. I
said.
got no more to say. The
You got the
results speak,
results?
The results speak for itself. Unless you argue with the lie detector, man.
I feel like you're doing this because you wanted to make it seem like I'm this bad person to you.
You make it seem like that. I didn't take the lie
Mr.
detector
Lindsey,
test and fail.
Mr. Lindsey, but he won't submit to one. Why won't he submit to one?
I'm not certain that Mr. Lindsey would pass a lie detector test either, Ms. Vaught.
Thank you,
The
Your Honor.
Listen,
Your Honor,
Thank
how
you,
you
Your
do that?
Honor.
excuse me.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
I
you.
have my own opinion,
Thank you, Your Honor.
and I believe that.
Thank
I
you,
am
Your
not
Honor.
certain you would pass
You
a
wouldn't,
lie
and
detector
that's why he
test.
wouldn't take
What
it,
I
Your
am
Honor.
certain of is his infidelities unfortunately have no bearing on the paternity as it relates to little Shelby.
You're right.
That's why we keep focusing, and that's why he asked those questions, because he wanted to see, were you involved with or sleeping with anyone else during that time?
I never slept with anyone. He knows that. I told him when it came
that?
out.
The letter said something different,
I told him, okay, we were cool.
Now I
it
really
was
gotta
nothing.
doubt the time. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on now.
Did you have sexual contact with either one of these gentlemen? You
No,
failed
I
both.
had no
You
type of
failed both answers.
I never had no type of sexual contact. That's what I'm saying. Look at my beautiful baby. How could he sit there and deny her? She's everything of him, from the head to the nose. All she has is me, is my cheeks. Everything. A family member just the other day said, oh, she has a gap like somebody in the family. If he felt, Your Honor, that Shelby wasn't his, why would you give her your name? Why would you sign the birth certificate? Your Honor, when I was in labor, he was at work, okay? He ran 10 blocks up the street, made sure he stopped at the gift store to get me a balloon teddy bear and a flower. Okay, being a good guy.
Being a good guy.
That's being a good guy.
Wait a minute, Mr. Lindsey. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
I still bring her son to eat. That don't mean nothing.
No. But I'm gonna have to agree with Ms. Vaught. I mean, if you have a child and you don't know the child's yours, you don't stop by for the teddy bear, the balloons, and the flowers.
And no flowers.
I'm not gonna lie.
If you felt like she wasn't your baby, Your Honor, if he felt like she wasn't his, why would you sit there and embrace?
Okay, one at a time.
She persuaded me into giving the baby my name, and right now I got a petition to change the name if that's not my child. May I get
Let me see that, Ron.
You was just so articulate now. He is just so into everything. Your Honor.
Never seen
Your Honor. This is
bringing out all the stops in court today.
When the results come out that he's her father, I would love for him to keep this up so we could build and get better, because I love him. Because I love him. Because I love him. No doubt in my mind. I want to be with him.
Said, keep this up.
Your Honor,
this is professional.
I want to be, and you know what I mean, because
I do.
Being from where we from, being in that area, people mistake you as a criminal, a hoodlum, and he's not that. I know the potential, because I love this man. I would still want to be with him. I hope this will make him realize I'm always going to be here and I love you. And when it comes out that she's his daughter, we can work it out, because there's no reason I don't want to be with him.
So this petition he presented is basically a request to change Shelby's name if in fact she's not his biological child. He wants his name, Lindsey, off of the birth certificate.
Shelby too. Don't forget Shelby.
Okay, excuse me, Your Honor. Her name
is your name
her
too.
middle name is Renee, right? Your Honor, every female in his family has Renee as their middle name. So if you really felt like it wasn't your daughter, why would you give her that?
No matter what, if it ain't mine, I don't want her with my name.
I'm 110%.
So what the issue is, hold on. The issue is this. The issue is there's absolutely no trust.
Oh, from the
You don't believe anything he's saying.
I don't.
He don't believe anything you're saying. And the truth is, I want to know where you stand. She says she loved you. How do you feel, Mr. Lindsey? Are you willing to work on the relationship if, in fact, Shelby is your biological daughter? Or are you ready to walk away if she is not?
I want to raise my daughter with her mother at the end of the day. So if Shelby my daughter, we could attempt. But it's just, we got to gain a little trust or something, because right now, it ain't working. You see,
and if she's not your biological daughter, then what?
We're gonna have to go our ways and get out of each other's life. If she's not my daughter, why would I stay?
All right, then that means the stakes are higher than ever.
I respect that.
I'm ready for the results.
Let's go.
Ma'am.
Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Vaught versus Lindsey, when it comes to 9-month-old Shelby Lindsey, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Lindsey, you are the father.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm so happy. Can I have that, please? Can I have that?
Oh, you
Yes,
want to put this
because-
up in the house?
Yep, I sure am.
You gonna put
I'ma
this
show
on the
to
refrigerator.
every family member.
I can only imagine what it feels like. For
hurt.
9 months, you have
It
a
hurt.
beautiful baby, and
hurt.
people are questioning you, questioning the baby. The father won't be fully attached. Constant arguments. It is stressful enough having a new baby, but having a new baby with the stress of everyone doubting you and the father of the child denying that the child is his, that's a lot. You two obviously love one another, but you don't trust one another. Now, if you want to climb up out of that, you got to do the work. And that's getting back to the basics. The basics in relationship: communication, trust, respect, commitment. Now, we have counseling and resources for you all, and I want you to take advantage of it and figure out how you're going to work this out. Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you have petitioned the court to prove to Miss Furnari that you are not the biological father of her 1-year-old son, Dawson.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim you can prove you're not the father, and when today's results win your case, you want her out of your life for good.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Furnari, though you admit to sleeping with 2 other men, you say there's no doubt that Mr. Vadeboncoeur is your son's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Vadeboncoeur, tell me about your relationship with Miss Furnari.
Well, Your Honor, there was really never no relationship. I met her over Facebook through my sister, and after that, I had unprotected sex with her, and I ended up going away probably 3 to 4 days later. Now, 6 months down the road, I get a letter from my sister stating that Miss Furnari's pregnant. I haven't talked to her. I tried calling her from where I was, and there's no answer. And then I get pictures in the mail saying, hey, this is your kid.
And so that was the extent of the relationship?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you had sex just one time?
I had sex with her about twice.
Just 2 times?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Furnari, what was the nature of the relationship? How long did you date him?
About 2.5 years.
You 2.5 years? Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you said you had sex with her 2 times.
She tries to say that we've been together 2.5, 3 years. No, shortly after I met Miss Furnari, I went away. I've probably seen her 1 time within 10 months.
Were you in a relationship with anybody else during the time you were also sleeping with Mr. Vadeboncoeur?
No, I was not.
So how did he hear about you being with other men?
I did tell him.
You told him?
Yes, I did.
What did you tell him?
That I had sex with another guy while he was away.
So, Mr. Vadeboncoeur, what were you told?
I've had a couple people tell me, hey, you know Miss Furnari's out here cheating on you. And I find out she's sleeping on a couch with another guy naked. She's in the shower, taking a shower with another guy. This whole time, I'm away. The thing that gets me is the times don't add up from when I went away to when I came back for it to be my kid.
So explain why the times don't add up.
Because I was away for 10 months. Pregnancy is 9 months if I'm not wrong, right?
So when you went away, you didn't have any idea whether she was pregnant or not?
I got a letter saying, hey, Miss Furnari's pregnant.
You say to yourself, this is my child, this isn't my child.
I was happy. I was actually very happy.
Then you start hearing rumors, things.
Well, the rumor started when I first had one of my buddies come to me and say, hey, you know, Miss Furnari is out there cheating on you. I'm one of the guys she cheated on you with. All right, now I'll let it go. I was thinking he is mine. Now, I get to talking to another guy and he tells me he's had sex with her, and I look at Dawson and I look at him and I'm thinking it's his kid.
How did that affect you?
I was sick of it. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to keep going through it because it's putting strain on me and my fiance's relationship. And that's the one thing I don't want. I found the one I want to be with. So the only reason why I think she's trying to see if it's my kid, because if she thinks if he's mine,
I know it's
that
worse.
I'm gonna come back to
I was
her
the only
and we're
one
gonna be some big happy
with-
family.
So you
But-
think this is a way to stay connected to you in hopes that you can get back together?
That's exactly what it is, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Furnari, you brought a witness. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. State your name.
Janine Vadeboncoeur.
Ms. Vadeboncoeur,
Yes.
you are relation to Mr. Vadeboncoeur?
Yes, that's my brother.
Oh, So you're the sister that told him about the cheating,
Yes.
but you're standing with Ms. Furnari today?
It's about this little boy right here.
Tell me what you
That's
know.
what it's about.
Tell me what you know.
One night after we had all been drinking, she slept with one of the people that came to our little get-together.
Is that the only time you caught her cheating?
That's the only time I caught her cheating. I mean, I had suspicions, but
Why? Because of her talking on the phone or?
just different behaviors and stuff. And I told my brother this stuff, and I went to pick him up when he came home, and he came straight back, and he was right back with Miss Furnari after we got home, after I got him home from being away.
So you told your brother this, and then when he came back home, he went right back to her.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you're standing on this side of the aisle today, because you feel like ultimately it's about Dawson.
Right, and they both lived with me. I put them out, and then my brother came to live with me again, because no matter what, at the end of the day, he's my baby brother, and I'll hold it down for him.
Is this about the fact that he went back to Ms. Furnari after he came home, or is this about you truly thinking Dawson is your nephew?
I truly believe that's my nephew.
But your brother said he was also confronted by a guy
Right, I don't keep the same
that
company with him.
said he slept with her as well.
Right, he also said they were only to had sex 2 times. They lived with me. 90% of their relationship, they lived in my home.
So when he says that he had sex with her just 2 times before he went away, that's not the truth.
No, not at all.
Ms. Furnari, there have been a lot of accusations today about you cheating, and you haven't said a word. You're not defending yourself. You're not saying that's not true. What is your story? Were you sleeping with multiple men during the window of conception?
No, I wasn't, Your Honor. All
So
these are
why are
lies.
all these men coming up to him talking about they slept with you?
They're not. Your Honor,
It's all lies.
mutual too. It's mutual. They were cheating. It was back and forth. I know many a times of him cheating on her. I know one time really of her. I don't know anything else. It was mutual. It was a very tumultuous relationship between both of them. It was like fire and ice with them.
So you're basically saying, Ms. Vadeboncoeur, that it is true. She was sleeping with a whole bunch of different people.
I don't know if she was sleeping with them per se when the window of conception, they lived together above me. When she found out she was pregnant, they lived above me. When he went away, she stayed with me for a while.
Well, when my sister kicked her out, she went and lived with this guy that stayed above from my sister.
And his wife and
that
kids.
is the guy that I think is Dawson's father.
Did you go to live with a man and his wife and kids?
Yes,
Ms.
I
Furnari?
did.
Were you intimate with that man?
No, I was not. I only had sex with one guy, and
Your
it was
Honor,
at the party.
Your Honor, I have been told multiple times by multiple people the same story that I'm getting from these guys. Now, why would these guys come to me and just lie about it? They know I'm not with Miss Furnari. They know I have nothing to do with her anymore. Now, why would they
That's a lie.
constantly be lying to me about it? That's the question that I have.
Your
during all
point
this.
is, what is the motive? Do they want to be with her? Do they want to keep you two apart? Your thing is, why are these people coming to tell me something they have no reason to tell me?
I honestly don't know, Your Honor. I think they just want me to know who I was dealing with.
So Dawson's now 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
What has been your involvement with this child?
I basically had no involvement with him.
None.
He's
None.
had some serious medical issues. Serious medical
Now,
issues.
Your Honor, I did go up to the hospital for him.
After his
What?
surgery, you went out and went to the bar with 2 other girls and had sex with them.
That's irrelevant, Your Honor.
Okay.
We
so
was-
Why?
not
Our
together
son
at
was
the
in the
time.
hospital.
We was not together at the time. She asked me to come up and
Yes,
see
we
Dawson.
were together.
So I did come and see Dawson. She tries to say we've been together for 3 years. I have been
Yes,
gone
we were.
2.5, almost 3.
But she's held you down
But I-
that whole time. She's been down
She
for
says
you.
she's held me down, but do you call holding down cheating on me?
Mr. Vadeboncoeur, I want to know, why do you think she so desperately is trying to say you are Dawson's father?
I don't know, Your Honor. I have tried to get DNA tests with Miss Furnari. She
I
flakes
offered
out
to pay
on
for
it.
one, and he told me
She-
to pay him $25 to take it.
Miss
When I went
Furnari
and picked him
flakes
up to
out
come
on
live
it,
with
Your
me
Honor.
in Illinois. He needs to break the cycle of what we went through as kids with his baby. I am down for his kids 100%. I need my brother to be in his kid's life.
Your Honor.
For everybody in the situation, because these kids didn't ask for this.
I'd like to hear from your witness, sir. Please stand, ma'am. State your name.
Charity Knox,
Ms. Knox, you are Mr. Vadeboncoeur's
fiance.
fiance.
Yes.
What do you know about this situation and Dawson's paternity?
She did flake out a couple times. We had paternity tests and she flaked out. It's all about David. It's not about that baby when it comes down. She wants him. Honey, you're not getting him. Sorry. Bye,
First of all,
Felicia.
she's
hold on.
irrelevant. She's been here for like months. She's been here for months.
I've been here for a year.
Complete
I've been-
chaos.
I've been here for a
with
year.
my
Complete chaos, and
fiance
she has
for a
nothing
year.
to do with any of it.
I ain't
This is
going
between
nowhere.
them, and it's about
Then why are you
Dawson.
here then?
She
But-
cannot, because I'm Dawson's aunt.
Okay,
you are
and
nothing.
I'm gonna be his stepmommy one
Anyway.
day.
No, you're
What-
not going to be a
what
stepmom.
Natia
This is
fails
the
to
problem.
That is
She
my
doesn't
son,
know
and
how
you're
to
not
shut up
getting
and let
him.
them deal with it. She doesn't know how to shut up and let them deal with it. She's got to interject on everything, and it's got to be her way
That is
no
not
matter
true,
what.
Your Honor.
Yes, it
She
is.
will
That is
call.
not true.
She
Yes,
will
it
call
is.
Tia. They will call and mess with Tia. Tia won't have their number half the time. If Tia has their number, I am not gonna lie, she will do it to them. They call Tia. My brother called Tia last night. They walked past our hotel. 1 o'clock in the morning, Tia's phone's going off, wakes me up. It's my brother telling Tia, meet him down the street so he can get some. At 1
Yes, that
o'clock
is
in the
true.
morning,
That is
last
true.
night.
We're walking down
Wait
the
a
road.
minute. Last night, Mr.
Last
Vadeboncoeur, you smiling.
Supposedly, because this is
It was
what
on
I deal with
speakerphone the
every
whole
day
time.
on
It
a
was-
daily basis.
Yes.
I have
They
I have
were-
the
it
calls
gets
on
to
my
the
cell
point-
phone.
Were you
call
calling?
was anonymous,
Were
the
you?
call.
Were you calling Miss Furnari last
No,
night at
Your
1
Honor.
a.m.?
I have the
No.
calls on my cell phone right now, and I
when
have my cell phone.
We went out to see a night on the town. We just
And you
happened
guys
to be
walked
walking
past our
by
hotel
a
around there and you're
hotel
mad.
Charity's doing
that-
this the whole time because she likes to instigate everything and interject into
We were
something.
walking by the hotel and
with
here-
her waving at us
Exactly.
the
And
whole-
I just can't wait till we find out the DNA if the baby's his or not, because all it is about David, and when it should be about Dawson, and whether David.
It is about
David or
Dawson.
not,
Well, she
I
said,
can't wait to
about
find out
her.
so we can just be rid of him.
Miss Furnari.
ain't about
just-
you.
just-
Let's get back to what's relevant. The bottom line is, Ms. Knox, you're saying that you believe Miss Furnari is just trying to stay connected to your fiance.
Yes.
And you believe the only reason she's just saying or asserting that you are the father is because she wants to be with you.
That is exactly right, Your Honor.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, Your Honor.
It is your intention, if it's determined that you are Dawson's biological father today, to be involved in his life.
I'm going to step up and take the responsibility that I have to take.
But you have been, and you say you've been trying to see him in the interim. And
We'll do it. If he's going to talk about taking care of his kids, he needs to do it. Dawson is not the only one going through this right now.
Have you been providing for Dawson financially?
No, I haven't, Your Honor. The simple fact why I won't do it, I don't feel I should have to take care of another man's kid.
But you want to see him.
If I don't know, that was before. And then, I said, you're calling me, asking me for something, but when I want to get a DNA test, you don't want to give it to me.
So, Ms. Furnari, if it is indeed determined that Mr. Vadeboncoeur is Dawson's biological father, where do you go from here? Do you really want a relationship with him ultimately?
No, it's about Dawson. I want him to be in Dawson's life.
You want him to be a father?
Yes, I want him to
And
be a
you will
father.
allow him
Yes, I will.
to be involved?
Yes.
I want to be aunt,
And
not
if
dad.
he's not his biological child, then what?
Then I'll go my separate way.
Now, Your Honor, there's been so many times I have tried to do so many things. I think she has some kind of doubt
right.
in her mind that it's
No,
not mine.
we all know.
Well, the only way to move forward is to get the results. Jerome, I'm ready. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Vadeboncoeur versus Furnari, when it comes to 12-month-old Dawson Furnari, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you are the father.
That's your son, David.
That's fine.
Now all this can stop and you can be his dad. Can I give my brother a hug? Through all this, I love my brother.
Absolutely. You don't want to hug your sister?
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to hug Miss Vadeboncoeur.
At the end of the day, if he needs me, that's my baby brother, and I'm there. No matter what he may say, that's my brother. I give a care what nobody says. In the end of the day, that is my brother, and I'm down for him 100%.
Mr. Vadeboncoeur,
Okay,
it doesn't sound like that's the. What are you feeling now? I'm trying to understand what your emotion. Are you happy?
I'm happy about it. I am happy about it. Now, the only problem that I'm gonna have with all this is Miss Furnari. I can take care of Dawson, but it doesn't have to include her.
Absolutely.
He lives
But it
with
does
me.
Now, what
include
she-
her to the extent that you all will have to co-parent together.
I understand that. I don't regret anything. I don't regret that kid now that I know he's mine.
We've got an innocent little boy with a mother and a father that claim they want what's best for him. Now it's time to see if you all are going to step up to the plate and do what's necessary, and that's a lot of hard work.
I try to push him into that role.
Now, Miss
He can break
Vadeboncoeur,
the cycle.
you have been very vocal today, and I appreciate it. I have a nephew that I love. I call him my first baby. But that's their child. That's their child.
I try to act like the go-between
So,
when they can't get
no.
along.
But listen, at some point, the go-between has to step out of the picture and allow the parents the opportunity to see if they can figure this out together. And that goes for you too, Miss Knox. Now, you're entering into a marriage, you all fiancé, you're going to get married, but this is still the parents of this child. You guys got to learn how to talk together. Ms. Beckley, you are in court today to prove Mr. Allen is the biological father of your 1-year-old daughter, Italy Beckley.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say Mr. Allen has only seen his daughter one time since she has been born, and you want him to take responsibility starting today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Allen, you say you are more than certain you are not Italy's biological father and claim Ms. Beckley's accusations are driving a wedge between you and your fiancé. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Beckley, how do you feel that Mr. Allen has only seen your daughter once?
I'm very angry, very frustrated. He's been neglecting her from day one since I got pregnant with her. And I'm just sick of it, and I just want him to take responsibility of something we both made. It makes me feel angry. I'm angry. She's without a father, you know, and it's terrible that she has to go through that, and I'm raising her on my own. I just feel like you should be a dad to her, because you are her father.
And you feel like he's just neglecting your child?
Yes, ma'am. He's neglecting her with the other 2 kids we have. And it's like, he's in their life, but you're not in hers. And it makes me feel like wow, like, really? Look at her.
Mr. Allen, are you neglecting Italy? Why are you not in her life?
Your Honor, the time of conception made me have strong doubts, that the child is not mine.
So where was your relationship? What was the nature of your relationship during the time when Italy was conceived?
Well, me and Miss Beckley had separated. We were co-parenting. We were still good friends.
That's not true. On Germany's 2nd birthday, he wasn't staying with me, but he ended up coming back on her birthday. We had sex, unprotected.
It wasn't baby-making sex. It was angry sex.
It's not about baby making sex. Sex is sex.
It was angry sex.
Sex is sex.
It
Whether
was
it's
out of-
baby
it was
making,
out of
love
revenge,
making,
Your Honor.
hate
It was out of
making,
revenge.
sex is sex, and she's still here as a baby. It don't matter what type of sex it was unprotected. Period.
Your Honor,
Yes?
it was angry sex. I was mad at the fact that she put me at the house, that I had been there taking care of her and the children. She put me out the house. 4 months later, I come back on my daughter's birthday. Then a day or 2 later, you tell me that you're pregnant. I want a DNA test.
When it was your daughter's birthday, you came over to the house to celebrate and you ended up being intimate with Ms. Beckley. You
I wouldn't
admit
say
that?
intimate, but I would say we did, yes.
Sex is intimate.
You had sex.
Yes.
Angry, happy, sad, confused. All those make babies.
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Did you use protection?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So how long after that did you find out she was pregnant?
Within a day or 2?
A day or
Yes,
two?
Your
That's
Honor.
a lie.
Yes, within a
That
day or
is
2,
a lie.
she told me.
How
Yes,
can I
Your
tell
Honor.
you a day after we have sex that I'm pregnant? That don't even make sense. That don't make sense.
1 or 2 days after, you're like, she's already pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor. It ain't no telling who else she done let hit before I hit, you feel me? So I'm like, you know, like...
You need to stop lying.
Your Honor...
You're a liar.
So wait, I want to understand from you, Miss Beckley, how long after you had sex, when it was your daughter's birthday and he came over, was it before you found out you were pregnant and let Mr. Allen know?
So it was after a month when I found out I was pregnant. I called to let him know I was pregnant, and from that, it was like, oh, that don't make sense, that you got pregnant too fast. Well, of course, if we, you know.
So you have other children that he accepts. Was he supportive during the pregnancy with Italy? Was he there for you, doctor's appointment?
No, ma'am. I had emergency C-section. I was at the hospital by myself. He was not there. He was not there. I have evidence, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it.
He signed Germany's and Xavier's birth certificate. Hers is not signed.
So the first one is for Germany, Jacqueline, and Allen. Father's name's there. Second one, Xavier, Dantes, Tyrell, Jerome, Allen. Father's name is there. Third one, Italy, Lisa, Alexandria, Beckley. No father listed. You didn't even give her his last name.
He don't deserve it.
Your
He
Honor,
don't deserve it.
I was there for my other 2 children by her. I even raised her other daughter, Your Honor. How could you tell me I don't deserve something when I stood my
You
ground
wasn't
for
there.
my
How you
children?
deserve her? How she deserve your last name?
Did I not call for a DNA test, Miss Beckley?
You did not.
You denied me a DNA test
crazy.
twice.
Okay.
Twice. And now you telling me I don't deserve it? I have children, and all of them have my last name. I didn't have my biological father in my life. So it would be a shame for me not to step up for mine. It would be a shame.
You denied her from the point I told you I was pregnant to now.
Hold on. The point is, I'm trying to understand your doubt, Mr. Allen.
She denied me the DNA test not once, but twice. That's what gave me further doubt. For the fact that the way she told me that she was pregnant was too fast, the time of conception, she said that the baby went full term, April 1st. The baby was due March 11th.
I didn't go full term. I had her at 36 weeks, Your Honor. My due date was at April 1st. I had her at March 11th, emergency C-section. She was not full term.
At this point, Italy is here. And you have 2 older kids together. So how do you come and see the other kids, Mr. Allen, but not spend time with or bond with Italy?
Well, Your Honor, I have questioned Shamia about Italy. You know, I asked, could I speak to her? She say no. You know, I asked when she come, well, while us having a visitation every other week, we have swap and exchange at a police station. She don't bring Italy. She don't make Italy a factor to my life. She gave
If you're denying her, why would I bring her to see you? That don't make sense.
She gave Italy her last name for the simple fact that she want to hurt me and break me down as a father.
'Cause that's
she
my
want to break
child.
me down as a
That's
man.
why.
Like I said, I didn't have my biological father. He was murdered the year that I was born. So it will be a shame not for me to be there for my children. That's why I'm here today.
If I'm here raising her, going through the pregnancy by myself,
a whole
going
year,
through all this stress,
a whole year, you deny me a
you
DNA
don't
test
deserve
for a
it.
whole year?
I didn't deny you nothing. You got 2 legs. You could have went down there and went to the court.
Hold on, let's get some order. Let's get some order. Let's get some order. Because I'm starting to understand what's going on here. This is a dance y'all do. You know this choreography. Arguing and dysfunction and yelling and back and forth. You all do this well.
Your Honor, I stepped away,
And
Your
this
Honor.
little girl is the one suffering because she's a year old with no father.
Yep. Your Honor, I would just like to say, as a man, I have been really struggling to make things work co-parenting with Shamia. There's straight disconnection. She's nothing but the biological mother of my children. There's disconnection and communication.
You got a lot of nerve. You on child support for 2 of your kids, $45 a month. You can't even pay that.
Like she said, she has me on child support. She get all the assistance. When my babies don't have and she don't come and pick them up accordingly, I struggle financially. And my fiance and her mother step in. So I can't turn off being a parent. So talking about you're tired,
but you can turn off making babies.
Yeah, you're right, Your Honor.
No, really.
You're right,
And this is where you gotta be honest. No, stop talking. This is real.
Yes.
You seem like an upstanding young man.
Most definitely,
and you
Your
seem
Honor.
like you have good intentions.
Yes.
I'm not gonna feel sorry for you because you are putting yourself in this predicament. Once you knew there was a potential that Miss Beckley's baby was yours, you got to hit that pause button. That's pause. I already have 2 with her. I may have another one. I don't need to entertain or put myself in another situation to create another life until number 1, I figure out if this one is mine and if I'm responsible legally for her, because you are. And am I in position to bring any more children into the world?
I understand where you're coming from.
Listen,
Your
I get
Honor.
what you're saying,
But
and that's
how can
something.
you tell me I
Don't
can
talk
have-
over me. Because if you had the answers, you wouldn't be here.
I just don't like
Hold
being
on.
put down.
You're
I don't
not
like being put down
no,
about my kids.
No.
'Cause
You're
I
not being.
asked her for a DNA
You don't
test.
like being told the truth. You like to tell your truth. But Mr. Allen, you sat here as a dad and expressed with good intention your desire to be the dad you never got to have. And what I'm saying to you is that doesn't mean that you've got to create more children to be the best father. That just means be the best father to the children you have, and until you are financially able to have more, don't create more. It is about being the quality of father you can be, not having a quantity of children. And that's just the truth.
I work hard for every dollar I get to provide for my children. If that's the case, I wouldn't have my beautiful fiance with me. She know that I work hard as a man to provide for my children.
Mr. Allen, you brought a witness. I'd like to hear from her. Ma'am, please stand.
Before she said anything, Your Honor, she has nothing to do with it. Whatever she says is false and is irrelevant. She don't know me. I don't know her.
Okay, let me be the judge of that since I'm the judge. State your name for the record.
Cheyenne Montgomery. I'm Darius' fiance, Your Honor. She has told Darius that he was not the father. It's been said that she's told another guy he was the father.
Okay, y'all got proof of that, and y'all fiancés, where the ring at?
Girl, mind your business.
Where the ring at, right? You have no business, that's why you're here, because you're worried about, was you in the bed with me and him when we had her?
Let's get some order. Take a breath. Unfortunately, he's moved on.
Oh, that's somebody else's problem. I don't want him.
And I
was robbed of my pregnancy experience because of her and her
How? How were you robbed of anything?
I was taking care of your kids.
You came in after
listen,
I had my baby, sweetheart.
Miss Beckley.
What are you talking about?
Miss Beckley, it doesn't help. See, this is why we shouldn't go around having folks babies for sport. Because when you have children with people, you tied to them. Baby's only 12 months old. Even if he's not the biological father, you've convinced yourself that he is. So you're just so tied, and everything about them just enrages you, and you just can't control yourself. And all I'm saying to you, it's not helping. It's not making this process go any faster. It's not getting you to the answer you want. It's not getting the healing. And I just want you to take a breath. Miss Montgomery,
yes,
you testified that you heard Miss Beckley had been sleeping with another man.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you hear this?
From a neighbor of hers.
A neighbor of hers told you this?
A neighbor of hers contacted him and told me and him that she was telling another guy that he was the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may be seated, ma'am. Miss Beckley, were you made aware that there was someone saying that you told another man he was the father?
I wasn't aware, and I never said that.
Okay.
Never.
Is there another man who could potentially be the father?
No, Your Honor.
So during your breakup, you never slept with anybody else?
I didn't sleep with nobody. No.
Jerome, the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Beckley versus Allen, when it comes to 1-year-old Italy Beckley, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Allen,
Yes, Your Honor.
You are the father.
Told you. You too, fiance. Stepmama. Stepmama.
Stop. Stop.
Your Honor.
You all are still very much tied. Everybody in this room can see it. You may not want to acknowledge, but you two aren't finished. And I don't mean physically.
We're finished, Your Honor.
No, I
We're
don't
finished.
mean physically.
No
I don't mean
communication, no
physically.
nothing.
There's too much energy there.
That's why we
you
don't
all
talk.
have to learn how to resolve the relationship in a mature way so that you can understand what to do with that entire thing you created with all of these children. How many children do you have
Your Honor,
total?
today, Italy makes 7, Your Honor.
Right. You in way over your head.
But, Your Honor, I have took care of every last one of my children.
Hold on, because I'm ready to go. Because I see a man
I've
who
been a
wants
daddy.
to do the
I've
right
been for
thing.
my babies.
That's
and for
what
sit
I
here
mean.
and come here today and see her talk about me like this, and for me to get put down for having 7 kids, as hard as I go for my babies,
Okay.
I would never
Right. That's
let
why you
anyone
trying to
doubt me
tell
as
me
my
no.
father.
I don't think you were ever put down. It was, you were told
No, for
that
you to tell me to
can't-
stop making babies,
you
if I wanted
can't.
to have another
If you
baby
can't
and I take care of them, that's my business.
But can you?
Yes, I can.
You just cried out that you were struggling and that her mom has to
But
step
even
in.
though I'm struggling, do that mean stop? That mean go.
Yes.
No, it don't.
Yes.
No, it don't.
Yes.
No, I mean, does that mean stop providing? Does that mean?
Oh, no.
Exactly. That
that's
means you
not
get
what we're
another
saying.
job. That means you go work harder. That
Yeah,
means you cut
honey.
some grass. That means you paint a house, you build something, you fix a car, you provide for your children. You make sure them kids have morals instilled in them.
Right, and that was beautiful.
I'm sorry, but I'm just angry because I have 7 babies that I put my life on the line for.
Do you take care of all of them
Yes.
completely with
Yes.
absolutely no public assistance from any of the mothers?
Yes, I do.
we don't.
Yes, I do.
He
I
trying
get
to
no
get me-
assistance.
he trying to get me put
I
off
get
public
assistance from
assistance
my
so he-
fiance.
him and his
Okay,
fiance can get
that's what I thought. So no, really, y'all need help. This is sad for me. You do. It's okay to need that.